Welcome to the Sunday Night Talk, the show where we answer the questions: were the games we watched on Sunday the greatest part of our day? A distraction from our family? Or a way to relive our childhoods? Have you ever thought, why don't they play football like they used to? Can you remember waiting all week just to watch one matchup? Do you remember rushing home to watch SportsCenter? Do you even remember what SportsCenter is? If you can answer yes to those questions, this is the show for you. I am your host, Patrick Ramirez, and along with me is my longtime friend, Omar Carmona. Each week, we watch as many games as we can to see what made us laugh, cry, and genuinely drove us absolutely crazy. And we do that by giving out weekly awards. If you have award winners yourself, you can drop a comment under the video. Thank you so much for listening, and please hit the subscribe button and share with a friend. It's how our little show grows. And if you like what you see, please take a look at my other shows on the channel. There's stand-up comedy, the movie series, and my one-on-one interviews. Now, on to the Sunday Night Talk. All right, everybody, it's time for the Sunday Night Talk for Week 3. It is 9:52 Central Time. Omar Carmona is here. He's with me. A lot went on in the NFL. Omar, welcome to Week 3.
3-0, the San Francisco 49ers, Pat.
Oh, wow, he's in a good mood today. Because I never know how you're going to react to your team's success. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to predict with you. Are you for your team? Are you against your team? I don't know, but you seem like you're in a good mood. Okay, so I'm excited to talk to you about that game and some impending questions on that 49ers team. I should make a note. We started early. We're going at kind of the beginning of the fourth quarter of the Sunday night game. It's been an odd Sunday night game, I would say. I think there's been a lot of injuries. There's been penalties. There's been really odd turnovers / non-turnovers in this game. And as of right now, it is Kansas City 16, New York 6, and there are 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So we will report as the game progresses for the Sunday night. But it is Week 3, one of my favorite weeks in the NFL because I think it's a very telling week result in it. So, opening question. Go ahead.
Just real quick before you start with the question, it just seems like a lot of times you're high up on a team after 2 weeks, and then they reveal themselves in Week 3 that maybe they're not that good. There's some hope. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's some teams you thought, wow, it's just going to be another long season, but now Week 3 comes along, your Cleveland Browns, and they get a win. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like, are they who we thought they are? Week. Right. It's the Dennis Green week.
And then a flip side, you got we'll talk about the Colts. Let's go with the questions.
Okay. All right. Well, big picture question. We got Week 3, significant benchmark, or is it misleading?
I think it's very significant. It's very significant. Now injuries are now a full factor for every single team now. And that's scary. Big losses today. James Conner done for the season with a dislocated ankle. Nick Bosa out. Najee Harris in Los Angeles Chargers. He's going to be out.
A lot of injuries today.
CeeDee
Lamb got injured. He says he's coming back, but that didn't look good. I think the Cardinals had a guy go out on a cart. That was bad.
James Conner, yeah.
Rough. So, yeah, I think it's a significant benchmark. I would say the argument for it being misleading is we've got the trade deadline coming up. We've got injuries, and the season is 17 weeks, not 16 as it was years ago. So let's rattle off through the 3-0s and the 0-3s. Let me see what you think. So 3-0s. Indianapolis, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, LA Chargers, San Francisco, and Buffalo. So let's go best, worst. Who's your best 3-0 team?
I got to give it to, and it's a close between Philadelphia and Buffalo, but I'm going to give it to Philadelphia. for the sole reason that they are the defending champions. So again, you got to knock them off that
Mm-hmm.
perch. Last I checked, they are the hottest team dating back to last season. Okay, so they have
So hot
demonstrated,
right now, Philly.
yeah, they have demonstrated consistent. Now, hot on their heels, the Buffalo Bills, led by Josh Allen. So I'm gonna go 1A, 1B, but I'm gonna give that slight 1A spot to the Philadelphia Eagles solely because they are the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, I guess you could say they really had the hottest start of any of them. Buffalo, of course, pretty hot too. It took a couple of weird blocked field goals for Philly to
Oh,
to win their game today. We'll talk about it, but a little bit. It seemed like luck has swung their way. We can talk tush push when it comes to things that are on their side here. But yeah, I go Philly and Buffalo first. Where do you have Tampa Bay in
I
that
have
ranking?
Bay
Tampa
in
Bay is one that I am like very interested in now.
I have them kind of like middle of the pack. In fact, I'm going to say this: all 3-0 teams, for the exception of one team, seem to be, just doing, they're already looking like playoff teams. All 3-0 teams are looking like, have great potential not only to get in the playoffs, but maybe win a game or two in the playoffs. All but one team, and you're going to be surprised
Mm-hmm.
because it's my San
Hmm.
Francisco 49ers that are on the lower end of that rank. This may be the
Huh.
ugly 3-0 start in league history. Okay, we're battered. We're playing with
Mm-hmm.
backups. But on the bright side, we are winning games. You know what I mean? So how can you
Yeah.
not
'Cause last year, this team was losing those games.
how can you knock a team for winning? Because as people say in the league, coaches are famous for saying, why should I be getting knocked when we're winning football games? So I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if you line them all up, especially given the 49ers' health right now, they don't stack up too well against those Eagles, Bills, Chargers, Bucks, even the Colts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, I see what you're saying. I think San Francisco. I think this is a good because they got their 3-0, but they're
Two
winning and
division
they're
wins.
like
Two division
gelling
wins.
at the right. Wait, yeah, two, yeah, but they're like gonna come together when they need to. Whereas in years past, they were good in the middle of the season. Remember that year we were talking Purdy MVP, and it was
Right.
like week 8, and we're like, oh yeah, he's looking good, but then they fell off the cliff.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, I read an interesting stat. By the way, quick update: Giants got a field goal, 9:26 left in the fourth. Um, we will keep track on that. I read an interesting stat on Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield that they keep track of interceptions that should have been intercepted that weren't. So like dropped interceptions, things like that. Baker Mayfield had 5 of them going into week 3. So you take that stat and you're like, wait, this guy isn't that good. And yet you watch a game like today and you're just like, I just don't think this guy can lose. I think this guy finds a weird way. So now I'm like, Baker Mayfield and the Bucks, I would not want to play them. They just
No,
find ways.
they look like a dangerous team. And again, another team that's just finding ways to win football games. I mean, the way they won today, I mean, it takes your breath away. I mean, how can you possibly think that they're going to win that game after the Jets block that field goal, run it back all the way? But Baker Mayfield finds a way to win.
And then like also like with luck swinging their way, Indianapolis has had luck on their side this year, and I'm not really ready to say they are a true threat, and I'm not really ready to say that they are just gotten lucky either, because week 1, it took some crazy plays. Week 2, it took Denver a weird Denver penalty to make a 60-yard or take a long kick. They got the win. Then today they win where they got it when they. I'm not ready to. I need more time on Indianapolis. I'm not ready to buy stock in Daniel Jones. I need more time on Indianapolis. It's weird you say your team is the bottom of the barrel. So worst 3-0 team, you're going with your team, huh? Or
Yes.
just based off of that lot of teams? I'm surprised you got them over. You got under Indianapolis though.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then how
I'm
about the
I'm I'm
Chargers?
I'm starting to buy on
Yeah,
the Colts.
wow.
I'm
Oh,
starting to
geez.
buy because
I would
you
not
throw
have
in
thought this in week one.
you throw in Daniel Jones basically playing mistake-free football. Okay, I mean we can agree on that.
Yeah,
And now and Jonathan Taylor running the way he's running. A defense that seems to swarm, you know, really no big names, but they seem like a very decent. Now, before, okay, I'm saying I'm starting to buy, but let me tell you where my one has. Let me see them play the Bills. Let me see them
yeah.
play the Ravens. Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna be talking. Okay. We'll be talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who
Even
are their 3 wins? They beat Denver. Who was there? Who were they week one?
did they? Oh shit! You're gonna drive me nuts.
I already
They beat
forgot.
the Titans. Um. Oh, does it really matter?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I'm talking myself out of the Colts is what I'm doing here. I'm like, well, wait, who did they beat? I'm kind of doing that notion. Like, if you want to impress us, we need to see a really good quality win from you. But it's week 3, so this is almost like the undercard of the season.
Yes.
All right, we got a Chiefs update. We've got a long pass, but it's getting reviewed. So we'll update on that. We're still in the 4th there. I don't think that's a catch. We're looking at a deep ball. I say no catch on this. Are you watching? Do you have the game on your end too?
I'm watching. I'm watching. I think I'm with you, Patrick. I don't
No
think
catch? Okay, we're in agreement. Okay, update
right
on
there.
that. Okay,
I think the nose of the football touches. Um. Anyway, but
all right,
that's
let's do the 0 and 3s now, and then I want to talk about this game we're watching right now. 0 and 3 teams: Tennessee, the New York Jets, Houston, New Orleans, Miami, and the loser of this game will be 0 and 3 as well. Who's your best? Who's your worst of that 0 and 3?
and just to clarify, it was the Colts that beat the Dolphins week one, which really is that any
Okay,
good?
easy
Okay.
win, easy
Okay, so
win, knowing what we know.
give me the 0 and 3 teams again. Now, one of the Giants and the Chiefs is going to go 0 and 3.
Yep.
Um,
Tennessee, New York Jets, Houston, New Orleans, and Miami.
okay. New Orleans just looks abysmal. I mean, they just
They
look
look
like
bad.
they look like the worst team in the NFL. And I think if you have power rankings, they are steady at 32. Not too far
Mm-hmm.
behind them though. They may get a win if they were to go if they were to play Miami. Okay, that they got a shot against Miami. Okay. Um
You didn't like Miami just a little bit on Thursday night?
oh my gosh, another great catch in Kansas City. No, that was the best game they played all year, but that interception that Tua threw on Thursday night,
Yeah.
that you can't make that mistake. You
Yeah.
know,
Took a bad sack somewhere in that drive too. And he went Jason Bourne Tua.
I have no faith. I have no faith in Tua, and I'm gonna feel comfortable now adding the Giants at 0 and 3 list. Okay, so we can
Yeah.
assume.
KC
Um,
just got a touchdown
so
in there. Okay, so who's the best 0 and 3 team?
yeah, I'm gonna go. Look, over the past few years, I've had such disdain for the New York Jets. Okay,
Hmm.
but they are. I mean, they have played some tough games. The game against Pittsburgh was a tough game.
Yeah.
The game they had today, that's a tough game. Um, so I think they got to tweak a few things. I'm very surprised at the Texans that are 0 and 3. I thought they'd be better.
Yeah. That's a surprising 0 and 3.
I think that's a very surprising 0 and 3. But here, before you know it, look, the Colts are already 3 games up on them. In that
Yeah.
division. So time's running out. Now you're thinking, shit, are we gonna even get a wild card spot with the way the Colts are running away
Mm-hmm.
from the rest of that division? The Titans, look, it's a new quarterback. It's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I can't
Houston,
wait to talk about that game.
right? But yeah,
I'm with you. I think New Orleans is the worst. I think Houston is the best. 0 and 3. New Orleans just looks like a total mess out there. They're changing. Their uniforms are weird. I think Miami shows a little glimmer of hope every now and again, but New Orleans is just the most disconnected team. They've had the worst losses of any of these teams. They haven't had a single good moment. So Houston, the best. New Orleans, the worst. I could see a world where Houston catches fire and Indianapolis slides in the middle to late of the season. So I'll go with that. And you could probably talk me into the Jets making a push somewhere in this season. They got some talent. So we'll see on that. So the 3-0s, those are the 0-3s. So let's touch on the Sunday night game, because it's looking like it's going to be the Giants 0-3. And I still wouldn't put them as my worst team, but I don't think the Giants know what they are out there. They have a good play every once in a while. You know what they've got? They've got a white running back that I haven't seen in a long time. When's the last time we had a white guy running back?
Oh, yeah, aside from McCaffrey.
Yeah.
But no, Scatabo, he's got some. The Giants, I think, though, I think it's time for the Giants to get I don't like midseason firings of coaches. But look, I think starting from when Saquon Barkley was let go by that Giants team, it just seems like the Giants ownership should have no more faith in this regime. I think it's time to get rid of all coaches. Bring in a guy that can start talking to Jackson Dart, because let's just be real, Russell Wilson is not the quarterback of the future in New York.
Yeah, he's going to be there 2 years, absolutely tops.
Right. And if he doesn't retire after this season, maybe he'll sign a 1-year deal somewhere else, as a fill. But he's not the answer. It's time to bring in a new staff now, Patrick. Now.
Yeah.
And don't.
Would you go GM? New GM too?
He got rid of Barkley to a division rival, and we saw what happened. He had an MVP season.
But you're saying get rid of the GM too?
Get rid of the GM. He's gone.
Everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're at the point, because they're going to be 0-3 here, where we're saying, like, what's working? Obviously nothing. So what's the plan? We got to get some Jackson Dart reps in here. We've got to change this up, because this is not going well. Isn't it surprising that Brian Daboll was coach of the year a couple years ago? It just kind of goes to show you, like, wow, these things can turn really quickly.
It's what have you done for me lately? Okay, it's that's all that matters, Patrick. I mean, we've seen.
It doesn't take much, does it, to have one good year and then one bad year, and all of a sudden it's like
it's American sports, Patrick. These coaches just don't get it. And I think it's because so many teams, they take so much from the media and fans for paying big money to free agents, and as you know, they don't always pan out. So there's got to be a scapegoat. There's got to be, and I think coaches and GMs are the ones that are sitting there.
And they already are doing it on the broadcast. They just did a shot of Dayball and the GM in a split screen on the broadcast. You're like, oh, this is not good. This is not good when the broadcast is showing the GM in their owner's box.
Not good at all, Patrick.
I think we can say, now it changed in the second half, but I think we can officially say something is different with the Chiefs offense this year. They're pouring it over the Giants now, but that first half, what was it, 6-9? What was the score at halftime? The Chiefs are not right out there. Mahomes is throwing the ball backwards and having to strip someone to get the ball back. There's missed passes. What's going on with them? I know they're kind of injured, but something's different about the Chiefs.
What did you see with Andy Reid and Travis Kelce going at it this evening? I don't know what was.
I didn't miss that part. Did they go at it again?
They went at it. They went at it again on the sideline, and Andy Reid bumped him on purpose.
Wow. Yeah, we're looking at a different Chiefs, at least offense. I don't get it. They're just off a step, and we haven't. If you think about it, they've been kind of different for 3 years. They do throw the ball downfield. At some point, I think in the third quarter, they say, like, let's just get it. Let's throw it down there. Let's see what happens. And then they kind of create plays. But I don't know if winning against a 0-3 Giants team is going to be the quality win that they were hoping for, but they are getting a win. And I'm
they
not really
go
to.
if they go to Buffalo I know they're playing other people. If they go to Buffalo or Baltimore next weekend, they're getting their butts kicked.
Yeah, I'm looking at this list of 3-0s, and there's nobody I would say would lose to them. Maybe, maybe the Indianapolis or something, but like they go against Tampa Bay.
I
I'm
think
like,
the
there's no
Chargers
way.
beat them. I think the Chargers will beat them. I think the
Chargers
Broncos.
already beat them. Yeah.
I think the Broncos, even though they're 1-2, I think I have more faith in Sean Payton's team right now than I do the Chiefs right now. This offensive line for the Chiefs, they just don't they look lost, and I think and it's sad because now at this later stage in his career, now we're getting. I'm not saying he's still young, but I'm just saying he's not the same spring chicken he was. He's taken a lot of hits. Mahomes, it's so important right now to protect him when you need him for 18 weeks in a regular season, and then a playoff run. You gotta protect your franchise. And I think Kansas City should get an F on their report card for protecting Patrick Mahomes this year.
Yeah, I wonder where he ranks in sacks taken so far in week 3 here. But it's a GM time on the phone call for Chiefs because it's like we need to make some trades happen. We need to, if it's give up a draft pick, if it's move some people, because if we're going to make a run, the current team that's out there now needs some help right now. I know they're injured. They'll get some people back, but they don't look right. They don't look right. And they lost to a Giants team that doesn't seem to really have a lot of offense either. And now on the broadcast, there's a lot of cutaways to Jackson Dart. So it is, should I consult my NFL controversies checklist?
Let's do it.
Where am I at? Because Jackson Dart was on there somewhere, right?
Yes.
I don't know where it is, but Dart was on there. That was potential NFL controversies to look at. I don't know where it is. So that's going to be on there. That's going to be talk all on Monday. It's almost like, don't you think this too? Monday night and Sunday night is almost worth like a win and a half for whatever team wins and a loss and a half for whatever team loses. And this is rough for the Giants. This is going to be, the bigger story is going to be the Giants' loss, not the Kansas City win, in my mind. But it's looking bad out there.
How do you expect to win a game like this? Okay, if you're the New York Giants, all right, and you're superstar there, you have one superstar on this roster, okay, and that's Malik Neighbors, all right. And
they're kind of threatening though. Well, it's 3 minutes left, and they're inside the 5.
As of right now, he's got 1 catch and 4 yards. That is
that a stat line? Wow.
That is your superstar. That is your superstar. So if Russell Wilson can't get him the ball, Patrick, Russell Wilson cannot play quarterback for your team anymore. Just my thoughts.
Yeah. How many times has he gone to him today? Because, he was the best part of that Cowboys game last week. I don't even know how many times he's been targeted.
He has been targeted, Patrick, 6 times.
Okay, so they're trying to get him the ball, but they're not connecting. And I don't know if this Chiefs defense is that elite.
This is not a league where you get credit for trying. It's the NFL, man, okay? Yeah, you are a Raiders fan.
No A for effort?
No A for
effort. No. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. My last question on this Sunday night game, I thought it was Harrison Butker, the Chiefs kicker, for a second. But he's not injured, right? Harrison Butker?
No, he's kicked.
Okay. There's somebody behind Andy Reid who looks like Harrison Butker who's wearing a headset. And I was like confused, like, why is Harrison Butker wearing a headset behind him? But it's not him. I got mis-ID'd somebody.
There you go.
Well, if the Giants get in here, Russell Wilson just did a QB draw for 4 yards. This is not good. The clock's running. Why do I think he called his own number on that one?
All right.
I kind of think like, they're doing the sad shots of New York Giants fans now. Never a good sign.
No.
Never a good sign. I think Russell Wilson is the only guy in the huddle down 22-9, and he's still super jacked where he's like, come on, guys, let's go, baby. Let's go. And everyone's like, dude, we're down a lot right now.
He's right.
Let's temp.
He's doing that. He's doing that Giants Nation. Let's ride. It's not gonna. It's not gonna
Yeah,
go
he's doing all the little like platitudes in the huddle. He's like, "Come on, baby, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Like,
right.
what are you talking about, Russell Wilson? Jeez. All right, it's 4th and goal. Effectively, this is the Giants' last shot. 2:35 left in the game. Even if they score, they still need an onside and a lot of help. But at least make this game kind of fun. Does every single receiver have to wear a gold chain with
No,
their jersey now?
this is getting. Patrick, there was a rule, wasn't there, that you're not allowed
I would.
to. I don't know why. When does this become a thing?
I don't know. 4th and goal. Incomplete through the back of the end zone. Okay. I don't know why I thought I was going to see something different. Oh, the sad faces of the Giants. Why do you do this to us? Broadcast. I'm seeing like 7 different memes for Monday morning going on right now. All right. So the Giants are going to go 0-3. Chiefs are going to get their first win. So get ready for the storylines come Monday. All right, shall we talk the games that happened today?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Early and late. Let's see, where do you want to start with the early games? Because Vegas, Washington is going to be a difficult one. I'll tell you right now. This is let's start with Vegas, Washington.
Let's start. I'm just going to take 3 steps to my fridge and go for it.
Okay, I'm going to kick us off with Vegas at Washington. Really shaky Raiders game. And if you look at it and you look at their 3 games to date right now, the Raiders have gotten progressively worse in every single game.
Terrible.
They won week 1 against New England. It took a little doing to get it. They lost against the Chargers. They gave them a little fight at the end. And then today in Washington, they gave up 2 special teams touchdowns. Geno was bad Geno for 3/4 of that game.
Debo almost got a return touchdown in the beginning too. They need to clean it up with the special teams, but let's just they don't have a quarterback, and I think Geno, he showed some flashes last couple of years, and I think under Pete Carroll, but I think in Seattle I think he was surrounded by better targets. Again, speaking of neighbors, like we did in the last game, the Sunday game, Brock, you got to get the ball to Brock Bowers. I mean, that is your superstar. Okay, that is your superstar. He's got to get the ball. Okay.
They're not doing a lot of things right. I mean, everything you're saying is right, but they're not doing really anything right. The biggest one that stood out to me today was the O-line. The O-line play was horrible.
Terrible.
It was a tiny pocket, if he even had that. And then Geno is throwing balls. He's getting sacked. He doesn't have a lot to work with in that O-line, but he could have made way better decisions in there. And then there's no running game. Genty runs really, really hard, but it almost kind of tricks you as a viewer because he's running hard. He's got 22 yards. He's running hard, and he looks really small out there too.
Yep.
They're getting it to Bowers as much as they can, but I think he's still a little injured. And then worst of all, Michael Mayer, the other tight end, goes down with a rough injury in the middle of this game, doesn't come back. Changes need to be made in there. It's not looking good for the Raiders. And the only hope I have is that we've seen bad Geno for 3 weeks straight, and all of a sudden he turns into good Geno in years past. So that's the only thing we can sort of hope for. But there was not a lot of bright spots in this game other than Jacoby Myers. When they do get him the ball, he's good. But it was some garbage time receptions. I do like that he scored a touchdown and didn't celebrate. I like that he didn't do that where he's like, makes a big scene, was like, dude, we're down 2.5 scores. So that was a rough one to watch.
I think on the flip side, Commanders are now 2-1. They came out, they struggled in the very beginning of the season. So I think they could be a team that, if they get healthy, I don't think Marcus Mariota is going to give them a deep playoff run. But hey, you like the fact that Marcus Mariota got a win today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we played their backup QB. And he torched
Oh,
us in the first half.
yeah. So I think once Jaden Daniels, I'm a big believer in Jaden Daniels. I like where the Redskins. Oh my gosh, call them the Redskins. I like where the Commanders are going. I still have faith in the Commanders.
Yeah, they can be happy about this win. They executed in almost every part of the game. Every run was like the guy gets hit right at the line of scrimmage and then keeps going for 3 yards.
Yeah.
Mariota's it was smart with the ball. He had some great runs as well. Play calling was good. They didn't try and do anything that was beyond the QB, which I think a lot of teams do these days. So Raiders need a big change. Something needs to go on there and change. Luckily, I think we have a coach that can do it, whereas in the past we did not. So glass half full, but there was a lot of angry Raider Instagram and tweets and
Next
X's
week the
going on
Bears
today that I follow.
next week the Bears come to town. They obviously going to be on cloud nine, given their big win against Dallas today. So that's not going to be a gimme either for the Raiders. So they
Not
need
a
to.
gimme. Yeah, a team like the Raiders have no gimmies. They can lose to they can lose to New Orleans if you let them. Okay, let's go Cincinnati, Minnesota. We got a lot of backup QBs.
Let's not spend much. There was nothing to talk about. Those Bengals without Joe Burrow they're
Mm.
done. They have nothing. Ralph
48 to 10.
Stein,
Like I had to double check that score.
and Jamar Chase, he didn't have it's just it was very bad. The defense, the Vikings defense just swarmed they had
Yeah.
several turnovers, two scoop and scores, and I mean a one scoop and score and
Yeah.
an interception pick six. It was just a total domination. And Vikings did this with Carson Wentz, so that's going to be interesting moving forward,
Yeah.
to see how that plays out with McCarthy. When if Carson Wentz gets a few wins, and riding on a great defense, and JJ McCarthy comes back and says, "Hey, I'm healthy," are
Yeah.
you him? So you got to believe that Carson Wentz has every reason to be motivated to keep the streak going, getting some wins, and just ride that defense.
We got a couple backup QB situations that we could kind of cross that road with if a team gets hot. I did think Cincinnati and Minnesota were two teams, they both had something to prove today. Minnesota coming off the loss, and Cincinnati needed to figure out if Jake Browning is someone who can quarterback their team because it looks like Burrow's out. Burrow's not come back. And
Yeah.
Cincinnati did not look good today, and Minnesota seemed like they could kind of pull the ships together when they need it with a backup QB, and they did it. So big win for Minnesota, gets
They
their
got
gets their team right back on track.
they got the Steelers next week. That's going to be interesting. And I think it's a Dublin game. I think
Yeah,
so.
we got the Dublin game.
That's
Going to
going to be
Ireland.
interesting if they can go if they can get a big win overseas. Carson Wentz. Yeah, are you giving you tell JJ take a little more time off. Take a little
Yeah,
longer.
hey, don't rush it, JJ. Don't
Yeah.
rush it. You coming off an injury, off another injury from last year. Some really fun matchups coming up next week that I think I'll have a pin in. Also, I like the Dublin game because I'll have some early football for once. I'm sick of waiting till noon here. I need early football.
I like that.
I want to wake up and watch the game at 8 a.m. All right, next game. This was the Indianapolis, Tennessee game. Cam Ward is officially, or maybe Tennessee. Tennessee's officially my fun team of the year. Cam Ward is completely lost out there, and yet every play is kind of an adventure. He's just running around. He's slinging the ball like a sidearm. I don't blame the receivers for dropping his passes anymore. He throws it weird. And they're like, what is this?
So it
41 to 20. Tennessee was kind of in this game for a half, but it's one of those games you watch and like, this team is going to be down 17 points in no time. It's going to happen. But they're fun to watch. I kind of like Tennessee games now.
but they're not looking good. Okay, they're not looking good.
Mm-mm. No,
But
they're not good.
again, but look, it's a new quarterback. He's you got, and then so now your next several months have to be focused on one, protecting him, keeping him healthy, make sure that he's learning everything he possibly can. I mean,
Yeah.
this is this is going to be a year in education for, in quarterbacking for Cam Ward. And then
Yeah.
your next
It
priority has to be getting him one, a line that can be trusted, okay?
mhm.
And then two, you're not gonna do it with Tony Pollard, running backs like that.
Yeah.
He's gonna need a running
Needs a
game.
couple weapons.
Yeah,
Needs a couple weapons out there. It's almost like you have to treat this season as like a season long preseason.
it is
And where
for
you go
him. It
like,
is. Look, there's no
yeah,
no even with him, starting week one or on the bench, nobody had the Titans as a playoff threat. Okay, so
yeah,
no one's gonna
no
lose.
big deal.
Nobody's losing big money on the Titans this year. Okay,
This isn't like a nice fan base. They're not going to try and chop your head off for
Titans
going 3 and something.
Titans have to play the long game with Cam Ward.
Yeah, I mean, you know you have a bad team or just kind of a lost team where the Titans at one point they get a pass completed, they're down to like the 2 yard line. You're like, oh, here we go. Next play, penalty, 10 yards back. Next play, loss of 2. Like, hey, weren't we first and goal? Why are we snapping it from the 13 now? They're kind of that kind of team right now. So if you're on like the Titans on offense, I would just tell Cam Ward, was like, hey, this series, don't worry about what the defense gives you. Just check down every single play. Don't worry about looking off safeties. Just work on your fundamentals. Give me a good throw to the tight end underneath on this series. Get used to that. That's why they're my fun team of the NFL so far. Okay, just when you thought it couldn't get worse, how about this Atlanta-Carolina game? Didn't make my four square. Didn't even really check the score till it was over.
No, but I'm gonna
Atlanta
give shout out.
lost by 30.
I want to give shout out to Bryce. I like him. I like him. I hope that he and Ted can develop this relationship they seem to have. Um, I'm a big fan of Bryce Young. I hope he gets, I hope he gets his career on track. And he does some things in Carolina. I've always liked when Carolina is good and fun. Let's go back to those John Fox years.
Jake Delhomme?
The Dom Capers years with Kerry Collins and
Kerry Collins. Wow, yeah, there's a good one. My little Steve Smith.
a little Steve Smith, Musin Muhammad, all those guys.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so maybe Carolina's your fun team of the NFL.
You know what? That's fair. Patrick, your fun team's the Titans. I'm gonna stick with the Carolina Panthers.
Good one. Yeah, it's the fun team. Wow, well, they won 30-0. Atlanta, a little bit of a red flag going on with Atlanta.
Penix looked a little lost today. He looked
Penix a little lost.
Those step backs, he definitely did not look good. So he's got to, but they need to fix some things. They need to fix they need to fix a lot of things. So
yeah. Penix is new, second year, so maybe there isn't a big pressure to perform right away, but 30-0.
I know some people like the Falcons this year. They didn't really do it for me in the preseason hype. I wasn't buying into the Falcons. And I wasn't expecting much from the Panthers. That division is just going to come down to the Bucks, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No, they should easily get this game. Lucky for the Bucks, they're going to have 6 games against those 3 teams. So it could be.
Yeah, maybe kind of like I got my week 3 benchmark. Maybe week 6 is kind of a good secondary benchmark where what team tricked us in thinking that they're good. What team actually had an easy schedule and we kind of were tricked by it. All right, so KC Giants just went final. KC wins. So just right off the bat, let's get a little instant prediction. Jackson Dart starting next week?
No, but
no. Why? They should get him in there. I think you're right, but why not? What would be the apprehension? Maybe he just doesn't understand the offense yet. He's just not enough to really
and let me tell you
start.
Why. Because I think the writing is on the wall with the coaching staff. A new coach would be looking at this saying, hey, I'm going to get that job next year. You sit Jackson Dart down. I'm not going to have, I'm not going to risk a leg injury, a
Yeah.
shoulder injury when we know this regime is not going to be back next year. Patrick, they're not coming back next year. They're not. I mean, they at this point would need a playoff run. And I'm saying they
Yeah.
have to make the playoffs for them to even argue that they deserve to have a shot. But if this team is headed to stay in the cellar of an NFC East, and so at that point, so that's why I would think if you're the owner, you're the Mara family, you're saying, God, I'm gonna get a new guy in here to come coach this football team, and he's not gonna want to see Jackson Dart running around the field with this group.
Yeah, there's going to be some late night Giants GM meetings tonight where it's like, okay, what are we doing with Jackson Dart? How long, realistically, how long are we keeping Dayball? And if we do change him, like, what's the plan for Jackson's Dart? There's going to be a lot of meetings. Going to be some late night phone calls, some meetings.
Even if you get an interim coach, to come up, and still you still
Yeah.
don't want an interim coach.
Yeah, if you get an interim over using Jackson Dart, now you'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
And you look like an idiot, if he gets hurt.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, Giants. All right, moving on to a fun game. New York Jets at Tampa Bay. Baker, excellent stats. Like I said, he's got those 5 weird up interception stat that I was like scratching my head at. I was like, don't do this to me, Baker. Don't go behind my back like this, Baker. Make me think you're good. So Bucks are, I wrote it down, but we sort of already talked about it. Bucks 3-0. Is it real? Is Bucks hype real?
They're winning.
You like them?
I like them just because, as ugly as they may play sometimes, and hey, they had the Jets. They were controlling that game. They let the Jets back into the game, Pat. Okay?
Yeah, interesting.
That can't happen if you're the Tampa, and that cannot happen at home when the Jets are coming. And so that wasn't good. But I think they're real in the sense that they win. I mean, they find ways to win.
Yeah, they found a way to win every single week.
And Baker Mayfield's quarterbacks that you just believe that when he's got the ball, I'm not saying he's going to win a Super Bowl, but I'm saying he's going to give his team a shot. He's going to give his team a shot.
Well, like all the quarterbacks, like with 2 minutes left, who would you rather have than Baker? Not Mahomes.
Again, he's going to give
maybe Jalen because they're good.
He's gonna will that team. I'm not calling them. They're the class of the NFC South, but I don't think that says much.
Right?
So,
yeah, it's not there yet, but just
right.
Baker just looks. He looks like a good quarterback.
What does that mean? Okay, you're going to get a home game in the playoffs. You're going to get a home game, and you may win that one, and then I anticipate your next week on the road you'll lose.
Right.
Until you show me more. Until you show me.
And the Bucks have been in this situation long enough where a home playoff game is not enough to just have it. Like we need a run now. Yeah. Okay. So next game, Pittsburgh at New England.
Oh,
two teams.
You want
to know what to think about either of these teams.
A boneheaded team. New England, 2 turnovers with down to go with 2 on 2. I forgot the exact downs, but they had a goal line fumble, and Drake May threw an interception.
I saw that
in the end zone, and so you want that's 2 touchdowns that you have to score at home, and so Pittsburgh didn't necessarily do anything special to me. It's just New England didn't want to win the game. Okay.
Yeah.
So, 2 teams. I'm still not sold that Aaron Rodgers is going to be the savior. He's not the worst option at quarterback, not by far with his football IQ, with his just sheer intelligence, and he's just a natural quarterback. But again, I think he gives the Steelers a chance to keep Mike Tomlin's record of never having a losing season intact. Can we just leave it like that?
Yeah.
Like that? That'll be a victory for Aaron Rodgers. You keep that week, that yearly string going.
And that keeping never losing season intact might be 9-8, because I don't know if they're a 12-win team. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. He can still put that ball anywhere when it's a one-on-one receiver corner situation. He did it like twice in this game. But yeah, New England didn't threaten that much. I mean, Drake May had that interception. He had a play where his head got slammed against the turf really bad. I don't think he came out. I don't think he came out of the game. So New England is one of those ones just finding ways to lose right now. But it's not fun. It's not fun like Tennessee's finding ways to lose. Next game, a really fun AFC South. I mean, that's my fun division, AFC South. Houston at Jacksonville. This is kind of a close game, all game long. It's 7-3. Jacksonville is up, and I wrote this down. Here's the Trevor Lawrence countdown to how he blows this game for his team. Wow, Trevor Lawrence used to be a guy we really liked, and now it's like, what is this? How is this guy not figuring this out? He's year 5 now. And he had some misses again. He didn't ruin the game for his team. But here's a weird question. It's 4th and 2 for Jacksonville. The score is tied. They're about on the 50-yard line. It's 6 minutes left. And Jacksonville went for it. They didn't get it.
Right.
I didn't quite understand that call. It was like 7-7 at the time. It was a weird play call. I think Trevor Lawrence had the ball tipped. But going for it on 4th and 2 from the 50, 6 minutes left, I didn't quite get. What do you think? Right. Is this old man Ramirez wanted to punt it, or were they right to go for it on 4th and 2?
I think they should have gone for it at 4th and 2. Just playing the statistics, I think they should have gone for it at 4th and 2. What did you think?
Well, I thought at 7-7, the defense is playing good. At 6 minutes, you punt it, you get a stop, you're going to get the ball back with enough time, and then giving Houston a short field with 6 minutes left. Didn't quite understand it. It's also not like Jacksonville was really humming offensively either. That was odd, but Jacksonville got the win. Houston gave it a run, and then a C.J. Stroud tip pass. Jacksonville intercepted. So little points. Let me give Jacksonville D some credit. They made the stop when they needed it. Do you think Jacksonville has is there anything Trevor Lawrence does that we can get behind? Because now I'm thinking like, damn, Trevor Lawrence might be a bust. He might be a total bust. What's good about him? I don't know.
Right. Patrick, are we definitive when we say that this is Trevor Lawrence's final tryout as the quarterback of the future for Jacksonville? Yeah. I just don't.
Right.
Because he's not as. I want you to think back of someone that was drafted, top pick, that stayed a long time and really didn't win a Super Bowl, but that's Dan Marino stayed, was a lifelong Dolphin.
Elway until he got the 2 at the end.
Phillip Rivers basically stayed his whole career in
right.
San Diego.
He invented losing the Charger way.
But do you think that like this ownership of Jacksonville would want to bring back Trevor Lawrence year after year? I don't think they're that patient. I don't think.
Yeah. He's gone through a lot of coaches. I'll give him that.
So I think this is the make or break year for Trevor Lawrence. I'm not saying in the NFL. I think he still has some talent. I'm just saying I think this is his make or break year for Jacksonville.
Yeah, like I see the Trevor Lawrence story going. He gets traded and gets rejuvenated somewhere else, type of thing. I don't see it happening in Jacksonville. Although they won today, 17-10. Next game, LA Rams at Philly. This was a good game, and I had this note: if this is the LA Rams that shows up and plays an Eagles team, this is a good LA Rams team. And I don't even think this loss is that bad because those were 2 weird blocked field goals by the Rams. That doesn't usually happen. So I'm not too bummed out about the loss, although you got 2 field goals blocked. That's not good. And then we're going to have more tush-push fallout tomorrow. We had it all week, too, with the tush-push. They jumped offside. There was a false start again. The refs can't see it. It moves too fast. Nobody likes the tush-push. Nobody likes it. So Philly wins again.
I think I've said this. I love the certain take that you got to get rid of that play if you can't govern it. Okay, so
Hmm.
did appreciate that today there was a call on Philadelphia. They did go with the false start, but I think they also got away with one on
Yeah, I saw the one they got away with.
so I want that play then reviewable, but it has to be reviewable to include false starts. And
Mm,
there and what and the NFL's take is, well, we don't like the idea of reviewing penalties. Well, then maybe you can't have the tush push then if you're gonna, these are big first downs. Here
yeah,
when they're doing the tush push, it's a consequential moment in the game. Okay,
totally. They're
they're
all
going
a fourth
for it
and
on fourth
ones
and
and goal
one, or they're
lines.
going
Yeah.
on goal lines. So it's got to be regulated, and since it's such a consequential moment, it's got to be reviewable.
There was the one shot they did where the center's head was in front of the ball. Like that's like an obvious one. And also like in a world where we had a penalty last week called leverage on a center during a field goal. We can't think of some reason to ban this play. We totally could do it in a league that's so concerned about injuries as well. Nobody likes this play. There's something wrong with it visually. We could totally get rid of that play. I'm ready for it to be banned mid-season. I don't even care. So I'm with you. The tush push is silly. It's not football either. Don't like it. It's not becoming of the game. Is my 2 cents. It'll get banned next year. I'm pretty confident in that. Don't you think?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I agree. My last note on the LA Ram game, because that last field goal to try and win the game was almost a chip shot. You know how the holder stands back about 7 yards from the center, and then they place the kick from there. If it's like a chip shot, what do you think about the holder standing back like 10 yards? Why not like take the snap like a punt and then go down and place the ball so you'll have more time for the defenders to try and run up and block it? Like, is that out of the question? Can we practice a kick where they snap it back 12 yards, not 7? Because what's a 22-yard kick? Now it's 29? Every kicker in the league can make that. I think that's a
Right.
strategy the Rams should have thought of.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Still like the
I
Rams, though.
the Rams are a tough team, and I think if they were to play the Niners, even though 3-0, I would say the Rams should be favored to win that game. Uh, but again,
Yeah.
I think arguably going into today, you were talking about the Eagles and Rams as being the two best teams in the NFC potentially. Um,
Oh,
on that,
really? Okay,
yeah,
good one.
yeah.
You saw what I saw. Yeah, the Rams look good. In
Rams look good.
Philadelphia, too. They were not intimidated
No,
at all by Philly. They were running the ball
no,
hard.
it's kind of one of those losses. Like I know all the cool thing to say is there are no such thing as moral victories, but hey, I want to put that loss with the Ravens losing to the Bills. It doesn't mean that their Super Bowl
Hmm.
title or their Super Bowl chances are lost, and it doesn't mean that the Rams' chances are lost. So keep an eye on the
Yeah.
Rams.
Yeah, I agree. All right, here's the weird one. I wrote this down. Green Bay loses to Cleveland 10-13. I wrote down, are the Packers who we thought they are? I gave them the Dennis Green question. Somehow Cleveland gets the surprise win of the day. I'm going to chalk this up a little bit to Green Bay believing all their own hype from last Thursday and going into Cleveland and losing it. But that is kind of a surprising one because even when Cleveland hit the last game-winning field goal, the sideline of Cleveland kind of like acted surprised. Like Joe Flacco was like, "What? All right." And the coach of Cleveland, Stefanski's just standing there with his hand up like, uh, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah. They
yeah.
were a little surprised that they won. So I was like, okay, this is kind of surprising all the way around. I like it.
I
So
think I think
a little
I think
surprise win of the day for me.
I think the big thing with I think Packer fans get so nostalgic and emotional. They point out that Brett Favre won his first and only Super Bowl in Green Bay at 27. They point out that Aaron Rodgers won his first and only Super Bowl in Green Bay at 27. And this year, their Jordan Love is 27. I don't see it happening.
Mm.
I, I, I,
Oh, I was going to say it's too perfect, but you don't see it happening.
No, Jordan Love just does not look. He didn't. That's a tough
But he's
Browns
looked good the
defense.
first two games.
That's a tough Browns defense. Okay, but
Oh, hmm.
I want to give him. I'm gonna give him another chance. I'm gonna give him a pass on this one, but he didn't look good
Yeah,
today.
no, I'm giving him a pass too.
Yeah, I'll give him a pass,
Yeah.
but I think he didn't look good.
Hmm. Okay.
And
I'm
and
with you.
and I,
Give him
and
a
I think
pass.
at the end of the day, and let's hold off on any. Okay, Micah Parsons, we're going to the Super Bowl. Let's hold off on that. Okay, let's just hold off
Yeah,
on.
I'm not ready for that yet. They still got
Okay,
Detroit's tough in that division. It's yeah, I'm just giving them a pass. It's only week 3.
I don't think
Big old
now.
pass.
I think Cleveland's biggest worry needs to be quarterback.
Oh yeah, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, like he's kind of like the modern day Dan Marino. Stand in the pocket. I got a good enough arm. Hey, I'm not gonna run, dude. Don't worry about that.
I think you're kind of insulting Dan Marino, Pat.
Joe Flacco's more Super Bowls than Dan Marino.
All right.
I'm saying like
Oh,
hey,
good,
I'm not
Pat.
a
Good
threat to
one.
run.
Yeah.
I also thought when I was a kid, when it came to Dan Marino, remember those like winter gloves that he would do
Oh,
commercials for?
yeah. Like
When I
Isaac
saw
or
those
one of them.
gloves, isotoner, I thought like there was no better glove in the world than the isotoner glove from those commercials. Like you get those gloves, your hands will never be cold.
I like if you
I'm
look
gonna
on
get a pair
YouTube,
of those gloves.
if you look on YouTube, there's some great clips of Dan Marino being a spokesperson for some company, and he has trouble getting the words out, and he gets
Oh,
real
I think I've
mad.
seen that clip. He gets mad.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a nice person to
Damn
work with on set.
it. New Orleans, Seattle. New Orleans stinks. Seattle look good. How could they
Look,
not?
they had that one player Orton that had a punt return and a touchdown catch. That was pretty exciting. Um,
Hmm.
I'm always gonna feel good for Sam Darnold unless he's playing against the Niners. But I'm just gonna
Yeah, I
just
feel
like
good for
Sam
him too.
Darnold. I like Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I feel good for him too. My only note, it wasn't worthy of an award for the week, but how about New Orleans because they wore these like weird white uniforms today?
I
Since
like
they're
their
so bad,
uniform.
how about they just they since they're so bad, you just get to wear a blank white uniform until you don't look so bad, New Orleans. You don't get any stickers on the
I
helmet. You don't get any stripes. Just so you get a white uniform.
Let's go
That's
back to
all
the
you get.
uniform. I did appreciate the Patriots old uniform. I love it when they
Oh,
also
you
change
liked it, huh?
like when they change the end zone to have Patriots just like cover the whole end zone.
Yeah.
I love that. Definitely
Yeah.
takes me back to those old Foxborough games. A big shout out. I am reading right now the audiobook on the Patriots dynasty. After that, I'll probably watch the documentary that's on Prime. Patrick, if you can listen to an audiobook, it is phenomenal. The way it talks about Robert Kraft, the way he took control of that organization, bought the team, how we first acquired the stadium, which was key for him to acquiring the team. Basically held all the other owners over a barrel because he had the stadium. Quick shout out, great book. You got to check it out.
Okay. Omar's book report. A little mini preview there. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I like that you read books other than your own team too. You're well
I'm on a big.
rounded.
I am on a big. It's called The Dynasty, by the way. I'm just on a big by Jeff Benedict. I'm on a big. I didn't even. I had to look it up because it was drawing. I was drawing a blank. But I'm just big into audiobooks right now, and with all the crap going on in the world and the news and all that stuff, like I really gotta change the mindset and just listen to other things
Hmm.
because I get way too upset right now. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I've seen you go over the top news, Carmona, and
yeah,
all of a sudden, you're taking walks with earbuds. And,
in the
like, where's
ghetto.
Omar? Let him walk. He went to go take a walk. Yeah, and also like this day and age where we can get all the news. Like, there's no story that you can miss these
It
days.
finds
You can
us. It
it
finds us.
it
It finds
finds
us.
you, and
Even
I don't think we're programmed to take in this amount of volume of information.
yeah.
It's in no way healthy, and it's more bad than good. It's a weird cycle, and I think it's almost
Which is
human nature.
which is why, Patrick, I just don't want the NFL and just to get political. Like, you know what I mean? Like
He's coming
Let's,
back. Like,
let's
would you? Okay,
please,
get. Yeah, well, we don't want that. I mean, that's kind of why we are drawn to sports because it's like a fair
let's just
competition.
please keep everything to sports and NFL and rivalries and players and coaches and
Yeah,
owners.
we haven't had that one little thing this year yet happen, like off the field or on the field. Like I could go with the NFL getting rid of the end racism and no hate things in the end zones. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't think we need that in there. Like this game is an example that there's no hate and racism. The best players play. Everybody's a team. We don't need this. You're banging it over our heads. And if you keep showing these like and this and that,
I'm at
no
the
hate,
point
all
now.
this.
I'm a big proponent of free speech. I'm a criminal defense lawyer, so I consider myself defending the Constitution. That being said, I'm okay with that now, Pat, because just everything is so interpreted, so messed up by any side of the aisle. Let's just come out wearing the uniform and that's it. That's it. I don't need to see pink
Well, that's
this.
what I want. That's why we don't need the. I don't like the slogans in the end zone. We don't need them. We don't
Right.
need them. And then you just keep beating over the head and this and that. You think it's a bigger problem than it actually is. So I don't think it's
This show's getting
serving
a
its
little real,
intended.
Patrick. I mean, needs to be another topic, I think. Let's go back to the games.
All right, Dallas, Chicago. Chicago gets a win. We had good Caleb today. And Dallas, here's
Patrick,
my
when I saw it in real time, that flea flicker, that running back should be talked to. That ball was
that was a weird flea flicker.
it was a fly. You know,
He was like,
floating.
wow.
What was he
Should have
doing?
thrown it like a pass.
That thing was, and took my breath away when I saw it. 'Cause I'm thinking, and for Caleb Williams, I could see any rational human being totally freaking out seeing that
Mhm.
ball pop up the way it did, and just making a quick decision to grab it from the air and just come down with it. I think that
Yeah.
like if you're a coach, that's what you want to see your player first instinct be. That ball pops up in the air where it's fair game for anybody. You just go grab it and bring it down.
Yeah. That was
He
early in
grabbed,
the game, too, where it was, we didn't know who had what at that point.
yeah, he grabbed it and threw a 65-yard strike. I mean,
Yeah.
65
He
in the air.
just pure arm. Caleb may have the best arm in the NFL.
And didn't it look? And then I think Tom Brady pointed out he was flat-footed. I mean, that
Mhm.
was that Tom Brady was impressed by that throw.
The arm talent in Caleb is unbelievable. It's just he's still learning a lot of the offense and stuff like that, but there's nowhere he can't put that ball if he needs to, whether it's against his body on the run. He runs to the right and slings it along the sideline like nobody else. Yeah, I think he had two of those today.
That offense, the Bears they kind of looked like that Detroit Lions offense did last year. So
Oh, really? That's your comparison.
well, I mean,
Interesting.
Ben Johnson. I think it just seemed like that's how they were gelling on offense. It was kind of that
Hmm.
same rhythm the Lions had last year. So that's something to pay attention to. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything rocket science, because it's Ben Johnson. But I'm just saying it's interesting to see how they look, that they kind of operated with the same flow that a very successful Detroit team did also last year.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, they had that drive in the second half that took like 9 minutes. I think it was a 20-play drive.
yeah, yeah, man,
Um,
that was crazy.
that just
And
Dallas was just like a boxer against the ropes and could not get
On
off
the
the field.
flip side, here's your biggest concern for Dallas. It's that ankle of CeeDee Lamb, because without CeeDee Lamb in the lineup, didn't it feel like they just became completely one-dimensional?
I wrote it down. Dallas play call was completely conservative. They didn't go down the field hardly at all. They went underneath to Ferguson, I think 12 times. There was one point where Ferguson walked off the field. He was exhausted. There was no deep threat. They couldn't run the ball that effect. Dallas was out of sync, super concerning for if you're a Dallas fan. He's like, what's up with CeeDee Lamb? We can't throw deep. Is this Bears defense that good? They look good today, but we got a whole lot of season left, and we don't really have an identity yet. We don't really have something we do really well yet.
No,
That was a rough one to watch for Dallas. Is it?
That's a game they gotta have if they're going to be chasing Philadelphia.
And is it too easy for me to say after watching this Dallas game? Is it just too easy to say like, "Wow, wish Dallas had Micah Parsons"? Is that just a cop out
I think so. I
statement that
think
I'm making, or is there
it's
some
too
truth to
soon.
that?
It's just way too soon. Now,
Okay.
attention to next Sunday night when Michael Parsons
Oh,
um, are they playing
can't
Green
wait for
Bay?
that.
They're playing Green
I
Bay,
think they're
right?
going to Green Bay next Sunday. I
Okay.
think so. So
Yeah,
we
I
got
think
Dallas
Dallas,
to
right?
Green Bay next Sunday.
It's not Micah's return, I don't think, to Dallas. I think it's
Yeah, right. That's a good one. And then Chiefs Ravens next week too is a couple of
oh
marquee matchups.
oh no, Patrick, we're
Yeah.
wrong. They are playing in Dallas, so
Okay, that's a must watch.
that's a must watch. It's and so we'll see. The camera is going to be on Jerry Jones. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get a lot of Jerry Jones shots in the game. I only saw him one time during that Bears game. Oh, I get a little replay of the Kelsey Andy Reid going on. Nice. I
yeah.
like this.
I
Yeah,
like
he
it.
did bump him. You're right. Look how Andy Reid still likes to scrap.
Andy Reid. I wouldn't put it past Kelsey to knock Andy Reid on his ass too. Okay.
He already almost did in the Super Bowl that one time.
Yeah.
All right, last game, your game, Arizona at San Francisco. San Francisco wins. Mac Jones, not bad. 27 for 41, 284 yards, 1 TD. He was playing with a ripped jersey as well. Any chance, a little Mac Jones quarterback controversy for the future?
It's becoming more apparent to me that this may be we paid a lot of money for a system quarterback. That I'm a little concerned about that right now because
Okay.
I don't think there's a ton of drop off between Mac Jones and Brock from Brock Purdy to Mac Jones. I don't think there's a ton of drop off, but there is a huge drop off in comparing their contracts. Okay. And that kind of concerns me as a 49er fan.
What's the Purdy status? When is he coming back? Do we know?
I don't know yet. I gotta follow that this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Mac
Mac
Jones
Jones very decent as a
we
back in a
lost
backup role today.
Bosa's gone for the year.
Jeez.
That's
Jeez.
huge. That's huge. That's our pass rush. And talk about the worst time to lose Bosa. Kyler Murray. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. had some crazy drops. I mean,
Oh, I saw that one. That was brutal. That was like
yeah,
8th grade type of drop.
there were a few plays that
Type of ball my nephew drops.
my son had a big drop on Thursday. Ugh, I felt bad for the
My
kid.
nephew has a case of the drops.
Really?
And
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy who gets the kid too much equipment. But I'm like, hey, do you ever use like those receiver gloves, like the other, like all your teammates have them? And then my brother goes like, nah, man, no gloves. Keep it natural. Like, and like by the second, I'm like, let's get this kid some gloves. How about some gloves, dude?
So Patrick, for Camilo, he played more defense than offense, and he got a pick six. He got 2 interceptions and one was a pick six. So that was
Oh wow,
yeah.
he's like a young Jason Sehorn.
And then in the second game, played offense and defense. Had a few catches, not long catches. He's more like the candy leg right, the candy leg left, type.
Oh yeah, that was one of our plays from flag football.
So, but he had a lot of flags. And then this last week, he played both offense, defense, and return, and had a nice return. But stopped running, and that was so frustrating. Like I guess he got scared, but somebody got his flag, so he just stopped. It's like, dude,
Yeah, that was always a thing when you played flag football. At some point, the kid rushes up, the defender rushes up, and they just assume they got their flag and they stop, and all the parents yell, "Run!" And then
that's not traumatic for a child.
Just a cascade of yelling the word "run." Yeah. It's pretty funny. Like the little kids, like if they're defending, if my nephew like the receiver runs past him, like he doesn't get the flag, that's it. The play's over to him. He stands there and then watches the rest of the play.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no like not giving up on the play. It's just like, oh, he's past me. All right, you go get him now. There's no chasing a runner down
And it's crazy.
in
And then,
flag
like,
football.
I question, is it weird, Pat, that I'm questioning the coach's own defensive schemes? Like, so
Hmm.
he's okay with the cornerback stopping in the middle of the route and like letting the safety help out. Remember, I was told playing flag
Hmm.
football corner, he can't get behind you. I don't care how far he runs, he
Ah,
can't
yes.
get
Hmm.
behind you. And in this guy's scheme, he Camilo follows, then he'll turn around, and then Camilo moves, start sprinting forward to wherever the action is, and like that's a lot of faith to have in a seventh grade safety.
Wow. Yeah, that is a lot. They the opposing team had this strategy that was my biggest interest this last week. The team that my nephew's team played had 3 girls on the team. It was like a co-ed team. And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then at one point the team throws the ball to one of the girls and all the boys are afraid to touch her. Like they don't want to run up to her and grab her flag. So she ran for like an extra 10 yards. And I think like, hey, wait, what a great strategy. Have a
Yeah.
girl on your team and all the boys are afraid to like rush up to her and touch her. And then I think like, hey, we need a girl on our team. We need to use this strategy. Come
Great
on.
strategy.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen a co-ed flag football team. And I think like all
I
three
go
of
to
the
like
girls
I
caught
think your
one
nephew
ball.
does. I think your nephew does too. But I go to my kids go to this prep school too, and I don't think they'd want girls on their team because the boys would get beat up pretty good. And I don't think the
Mm.
prep school
Oh,
would do
right.
that.
Bad look.
Yeah, bad look, bad look. If Camille's getting burned on the side, playing cornerback against
Oh,
the best and tallest
jeez.
receiver.
Wow. I didn't even think of that. That's true. Well, that was the flag football segment of the show, everybody.
And real quick, and
we
then
go,
so anyway, going back, Niners 3-0. It's the ugliest 3-0 we've ever seen to me. But they got Jacksonville coming next, at home. I think we got to get that win. And shit, if we're 4-0 with all these injuries, who knows? It's just because we're gonna have to
we
deal with
got
the Rams.
Jacksonville next week.
Yeah, we got an
Oh,
easy
what a, what a,
on paper based on last year and how this year is turning out. We have on paper the easiest schedule in the NFL. So it's
that's
just
what I was going to say. Like, do you ever like just drop down to your knees and pray to the God of your choice? Thank you for this great schedule.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Allah. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you for
Cardinals,
Jacksonville in week 4.
Cardinals, that's a game they should have won. I think they gave one away.
Cardinals.
And Kyler's got to figure out a way. And Patrick, can we talk about this too? When's Kyler gonna win like a big game, like a real big
Oh,
game?
geez.
You
Him and Trevor Lawrence can have a conference. You're very agitated this week. You have a lot of
You're right.
you have a lot of
I
questions
think
about the
that's
NFL.
That's the NFC equivalent to Trevor Lawrence. Kyler, you were a franchise quarterback. You are a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
But you now been in the league so long, and so who is it? Ownership that you have not built around a franchise
Yeah.
quarterback to take that next jump?
Yeah. Didn't he have a problem with coaching one year and he sat out the second half of the season? Am I remembering this right? It is
Right.
not gelled. Yeah, that's a good one too. Like, what's the plan with Kyle? Like, it's time for a sit down. It's time for like one of those sit downs where like the principal or something has a sit down with like the troubled student, and it's like like November. He's already been suspended once or twice. He's like, hey, you're not in trouble right now, but what's going on with you? Hey,
It's gonna be one of those
how do you see this
situations.
season going?
It's going to be a Rams-Lions situation where they just switch franchise quarterbacks, and actually it works out better for both of them.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I also still like my idea of the emergent quarterback, just the one quarterback who's just constantly practicing, and any team can pick him up during the season at any time. And
Well,
it's like you
let's talk
can
about
play a
that.
game for us.
I mean, Jameis Winston. I think that's why the Giants are keeping Jameis around, is in case they do have to make a
Yeah,
switch. let's see what Jameis. We just don't need to rush Jackson Dart if this is not going to be our quarterback. Our coach
Yeah,
of the
the Giants
future.
are dressing 3 quarterbacks. Most teams don't do that.
I mean, but I mean, are the Falcons keeping Cousins around just because if Penix, you know, seems
Mm-hmm.
to maybe
You
he
have
has
to.
a mid-season struggle, put the we're not playing for anything, let's not risk anything on Penix, take another offseason to develop, see where we're at after that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Remember, they gave away a lot for Penix. They didn't have to get a
Yeah.
quarterback when Cousins was there. Cousins did have an off year, but then you should have got rid of him. You should have, let him trade, do something with him.
Yeah. Yeah, they paid him and then drafted someone to replace him. And it's also like we're paying Cousins so much. Like he's got to do something for us.
Yeah, man.
Dress and be ready to go if we need you. It's almost like in that scene in Ghostbusters where Bill Murray comes into the station and the secretary isn't doing anything and he's like, type something, will you? We're paying for this. It's like, come on, Cousins, warm up or something.
So there you go, Pat. You had some, we have Wentz, that came in. Mariota got a win. Wentz got a win.
Backup quarterbacks went 3-1 today. I have it written down.
Who was the other one?
Pretty good. We had
Mac Jones.
Browning. Mac Jones. Mac Jones, Mariota. No, sorry. They went 2-2 today. Jake Browning, Carson Wentz, Mac Jones. Wait, no, right. Mac Jones is a starter. No, and then Marcus Mariota. There's a fourth one in there. You're right.
There's a backup to Purdy, and he's technically he's a backup.
Oh, Mac Jones. Why? I thought Mac Jones was still on the Patriots. Sorry. Yeah, Mac Jones. Sorry, yeah. I got confused. Yeah, so they did go 3-1.
So that's
all right. So that was our early and late games. We're going to do the awards. I got a quick little trivia game for you, and I like that I'm going to tell it to you this week because
we talked about the Broncos Chargers. Just real quick.
Yeah, we went through them real quick.
Yeah,
and
the
Broncos Chargers might be for real.
They might be for real. That defense, they're not. They got to do a better job. I think the Broncos, they are a studly defense, but they gotta shut those Chargers down.
Took them down to the wire. Yeah. Isn't it kind of weird? The first 3 games for the Chargers were all division games. Yeah, Chiefs, Raiders. Beat them all.
That's exactly how you want to start the season. That you can't. That is not there cannot be a more perfect start to a season.
All right, here comes the trivia game for this week, Omar. You're very active. You're very agitated this week, so this is a good week for this. This game is called. This game is called Deep Cable.
Okay.
This is referring to your deep love of cable TV. This is the TNT networks, the USA networks, the MTVs, the VH1s, channels we watched for multiple hours as kids. The way the game works, I am going to read you a description, and I'm going to see if you can name the show I am describing. Okay. Are you ready? I got let's see, looks like I got 4 or 5 of them. Here's the first description. Here we go. It's called Deep Cable. Description. A doctor finds himself trapped in time and travels through different periods of the past to help alter different people's futures for the better.
It's got to be Quantum Leap.
The answer is Quantum Leap from 1989 to 1993. Quantum Leap starring Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell. Bakula. Started on NBC and had a long run on the USA Network. Okay, you're off to a good start. Next one. A team of police officers in Santa Monica could patrol the beaches on bicycles.
On bicycles? Oh, bicycles, cops.
Right off the bat, this has got Deep Cable written all over it.
Oh,
beaches, bicycles, West Coast.
I don't think I saw this. I mean, obviously it makes no sense that it would be from Deep Cable, but I don't think I saw this show. So
the answer is Pacific Blue from 1996 to 2000.
I heard. I don't think I
st-
ever saw a single episode or even would remember a commercial, but I heard about it.
starring Mario Lopez and Rick Rossovich.
Okay, interesting.
All right. Okay, you're 1-1. Here we go. A new duo to town are tasked with catching killers of Palm Beach. They were ex-partners who got married, then divorced, and are now partnered again.
Holy shit.
He's making a face. He's looking
sorry,
stumped.
one more time. One more time.
A new duo to town are tasked with catching killers of Palm Beach. They were ex-partners who got married, then divorced, and are now partnered again.
I want to guess Silk Stockings.
The answer is Silk Stockings from 1991 to 1999.
Wow.
Started on CBS and then found its way to the USA Network.
I remember because it's like my young pubescent years, the girls were so, I mean, they were all good looking. The women were just gorgeous. And, they were these mini skirts and they just looked so gorgeous. But I just remember it. I couldn't stomach watching it because the acting was so bad.
Yeah. Silk Stockings was the one that was like great commercial, bad show.
Bad
You're like, I got to watch this. Wait, this show's terrible. When did they get to some making out? Or when did they go?
Terrible. It was a terrible
show. When did they go undercover at the strip club or something? All right. Now we're into the golden hour of this game. 2 more tough ones here. Here we go. An ex-Army Ranger works undercover, exposing corrupt police officers. But when he is framed for a murder, he goes on the run and teams up with a Native American bounty hunter.
Oh. Is that Walker, Texas Ranger?
No, you are incorrect, Omar. The answer is Renegade. From 1992 to 1997.
I remember it now. I did remember that.
Lorenzo Lamas.
Oh, stupid me. I don't know why I thought.
He patrolled the Badlands on a motorcycle. All right, and your last one. Let's see if you can finish on a high note. An obsessive-compulsive homicide detective loses his job after the unsolved murder of his wife, but he continues to solve crimes with the help of his assistant and former boss.
No way I'm getting. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I am totally stumped in this one.
The answer is Monk from 2002 to 2009 on the USA Network. All right, that was the game. Deep Cable, everyone. First run, not bad. I'm surprised you didn't get Renegade. You pulled Silk Stockings out of the hat.
Yeah.
That's how we do it on the show, everyone. All right, on to the awards. Most memorable moment. I got 2 nominees. Most memorable moment of the day. First one is when the Jets blocked that field goal and ran it back.
Ooh,
I don't know if you saw Aaron Glenn dancing on the sideline.
Yeah,
that was awesome. No, I gave it memorable. I thought it was not cringeworthy. I thought it was a great moment.
For me, that was
Or I got my other nominee was all the early game finishes. There was like 3 of them that were all coming down to the wire. Great use of the multi-screen today.
It was my memorable moments of that flea flicker, that ball shooting up in the air, Caleb Williams still having the guts that just grab that thing and fire it 65 yards. That's one. I'm gonna go with that's my
the flea flicker. Good one.
Today. AJ Brown gave me a memorable. That guy's a tough dude. He made some pretty.
He had some good ones.
And so his domination today to me is gonna be memorable. Next one.
Okay. Next award, cringeworthy moment of the week. I got every time they do a slow-mo with the tush push. I just get more aggravated by watching the tush push in slow motion. So that's one nominee. And also, CeeDee Lamb got injured in the Cowboy game. He goes to the locker room and then he comes back out still in uniform and just was walking the sideline slowly with a sad look on his face. I thought thought that was kind of rough to watch too.
I think I'm gonna piggyback off that one. It did seem like Jamar was mopey. Jamar Chase was very mopey after the game, and uh, Jordan Love was mopey. I want to talk about some just cringe watching these guys get so mopey. What do you have to be mopey about? You're driving off in a Rolls Royce to your awesome pad and your hot girlfriend. Yeah, what do you have to be mopey about?
Yeah, they want to win. They're competitors. They get emotional. Cringeworthy. Yep.
But they're gonna go post something tonight, Pat. That's the point. They're gonna
No,
go.
they'll be over it in no time. That's true.
That's what
Like
I'm saying. Come
they
on.
flip.
They
They
don't care
flip.
anymore. And I say that not because it's the right thing to do. I say that because that's just the sad state of sports now. It's all about followers. You gotta have followers and you know, it's hashtags and all this stuff. It's so stupid. So yeah, these guys aren't
Mhm.
mopey. They're gonna be on Instagram in a little bit and DMing girls and yeah, come on.
Tell us more, Grandpa Carmona.
Yeah, there you go.
Next award, Best Innovation Award. I got an innovation for the kickoff, for our wacky kickoff now. How about you have to kick off from different spots of the field based off of if you scored a touchdown or a field goal? If you score a field goal, you kick it from the 20. Touchdown, you kick it from the 30 or 35, what is it? So that's one innovation. And then my other one, I already said it, for a chip shot, important field goal, snap the ball deeper than 7 yards and kick it from there. Those are my two innovation ideas for this
Okay,
week.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that. I would. I thought about this. There was a lot of missed field goals I noticed in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
A lot being blocked.
Couple
Um.
doinks today too.
hmm So I guess my innovation. I don't know. Maybe can we give them a second? If you miss a field goal, you get a second shot,
Oh,
but seven
really?
yards behind, but 7 yards behind from where you go.
Well,
And then
interesting.
I gotta think about a way to penalize, like to really penalize them if they do take the chance and try to kick a longer field goal. Oh,
Oh, like a higher stakes.
yeah, higher stakes because then you're giving the defense going on offense better field position by putting them back on those longer field goals. Um, but then if you do get it, you get 4 points.
Okay. I would feel comfortable bringing that to the rules committee. At least like let's at least talk it out. Let's see what we think. Also with the field goals, this I'm done with. When the kicker's gonna like kick at the end of the half and the opposing team calls a timeout to ice them, but the center is smart enough to snap the ball and the kicker kicks it, so effectively they got a practice kick. It happened in the Raiders game. They call a timeout, the Washington guy kicks it, misses it, but they call the timeout, then they run it, no timeout, and then he makes it. I'm like, oh great, you gave him a practice. And now he actually made it. Cost you 3 points. I'm over that. Icing the kicker. I'm over it. Next award, hot take award. I got this one. Hot take. Put your money on Baker Mayfield for MVP right now. What are the odds for Baker Mayfield MVP? Is it 10-1? Is it 8-1 right now? There's some good odds. He could win MVP. Put your
Uh,
money on him now because you got some odds.
No, he's not going to win MVP because it's just going to come. The bottom line is the MVP is going to probably come out of who between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Well, what kind of odds are you going to give me? I know it's a long shot, but that's why we have odds.
Okay,
At
well,
like, what would it take for you to put money? 10-1?
10-1. I'd put a little money. No,
See, I'm talking you into this. Oh, they're showing Aaron Glenn's dance on the highlights right now. I can't believe you don't like that dance. It's pretty good.
I don't want to take that bet.
All right. Okay, what's your hot take of the week?
My hot take of the week, I think I kind of mentioned it. I think the Giants front office and coach that's going to be done within 2 weeks. I think.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised if we had a Monday firing. I wouldn't.
No, I think that has to happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next
Oh,
award,
an
best
0-2.
quote.
I don't care if it's the defending, AFC champions. An 0-2 team came into your building and your fans needed the first win of the year. You got to get that win.
They were in it for a while, but it was one of those things like, yeah, it's 6-6, but I don't think you're gonna stay here. All right, next award, best quote. I got two nominees. I got Tarico and Collinsworth coming out of a commercial. Collinsworth is going, and Tarico goes, "What are you laughing at?" He just straight up, "What are you laughing at?" Chris Collinsworth is like, "Oh, they showed Lawrence Taylor on the big screen mic, and I thought it was Taylor Swift. I just got a kick out of that mic." So I got "What Are You Laughing At" by Tarico, and my other nominee is, how about just the doink sound when a ball hits the upright? Can that be a best quote? So I went with doink.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. All right. You have best quote for the week?
Actually, I'm not going to quote it directly, but because the Amazon Prime quote, which is going to make some big news again, we're talking about let's not get political here, but the broadcaster just goes off immediately into the NFL is investigating accusations of domestic violence, and like and
Oh,
just goes
yeah. You sent me
into,
that.
into Tyreek Hill. I'm just like, wow,
And there was a shot of him on the sideline, too, where they were kind of reading off his rap sheet.
yeah, yeah.
I was like,
So.
ugh.
And it was just so random. It was just like,
Mhm.
hey, you haven't done today? Because I haven't picked on a player. You know what I mean? And I just thought that was, let me let the NFL investigate. And I mean, NFL, they're protecting such a brand, so they're going to investigate, and they're going to deal with him. They'll get rid of
Yeah.
him if they find any reason to believe it happened. But I
And it's
mean,
not
like,
like we're not going to hear this story. Like, we've got enough Instagram and accounts out there. We're going to hear the story. It doesn't need to be reported
I don't I
during
don't
the
need
game.
I don't need the prime commentator to
Yeah.
mention it
So you
in the
want to
middle of the
keep your
game.
games to the game during the broadcast at least.
Yeah, good say. Yeah, Tyreek Hill, had 6 catches and 77, whatever yards, and a quiet night, and that's it. Stick to the football. Come on.
Right. Keep the stats to the game. We don't want his stats in the rap sheet. He's got 3 DUIs in 5 years. I'll tell you, Bob.
I can't believe, Patrick, how much I've changed, because I was all about, oh, let's what a platform. It's just, oh shit, I'm just so sick of everyone's bullshit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
now you don't want to hear anything.
I don't want to hear anything.
You don't want to hear anything. Yeah, all right. A couple more. Play call award. You're going to have to stick with me on this one. My play call award is Sirianni for the Philadelphia Eagles. Just keep calling the tush push until they ban you. Just go down with the ship. Just like, dude, you're going to ban this. Guess what? We're still doing it. I'm going to call it on first down from now on. So I say, just keep calling it till they ban it. Who cares? Miss all the
Yeah.
false starts you can and be like, hey, as long as you're not banning it, I'm just going to keep calling it. Hate me all you want. So I say, keep banning it. Keep calling it. Get all the
I've,
tush pushes in while you can.
I've already spoken on this one a couple of times. That flea flicker, Ben Johnson signature special for Caleb Williams. Really glad to see the Bears get a win today.
The flea flicker has really endured over the
Patrick,
years. Like, a lot
you
of,
didn't, since you're there in Chicago, you didn't think maybe this would be a game to go see? Or
we tried. We tried, and the
oh,
tickets were outrageous.
oh man,
Uh,
okay.
so we're like, nah, we thought they'd go down a little bit, but Dallas, too big a draw. It's only week 3, and we were looking at 300 plus for seats way up there. So I watched it with my brother for a while, and his kids, and his nephew does the thing where he's like, "When's the game start? When's the game start?" He's like, "It's starting right now." Okay, great. I'll be right back, and he never comes back. He has an odd kind of thing with sports. He acts really interested in them, and then
But
he
like not
goes
to
and does
follow,
some.
not to follow him.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. He's like, the game starts. He's like, "Oh yeah, can we go throw passes outside?"
Does he
You don't want
collect
to watch the
cards?
game?
My son's Cam got into card collecting.
Oh yeah, I could see that. These boys nerd out on sort of things like that. My brother had to stop the PlayStation. He's like, he'll he'll go in that room and he won't come out all day. He'll just play games and create teams. Like I had to ban PlayStation from him.
Yeah, no, these kids go nuts. But
Yeah. See, you're
Cam,
playing PlayStation all day,
but Cam is getting
and all of
into
a sudden there's a girl on the other team. You don't want to touch her.
I'm kind of glad. Hopefully, Cam can keep up with a hobby that's not online, like card collecting. I would be totally cool with that because I'm having fun too, and then that's kind of cool to
Yeah.
like, to look up the values and see, and I think Cam doesn't want to. I'm more of a sentimental collector. Like I will be proud of a funny looking card of some random third, 3-year burnout. I'll keep it.
Yeah.
I will put it in its plastic, and give it
Hmm.
a card. It's something has history. Maybe it has a fun fact on the back, and I like to read. But I think Cam's looking at it from a perspective of, hey, I think I can sell this that I got a lot cheaper,
Mm.
and maybe and then I can
Yeah.
buy two things. And I'm sure there's going to be some sentimental ones that he wants to keep, but I think he could possibly make a little, hustle out of it.
I see. Yeah. Well, we're raising future incels of America, everybody.
And they all want to work online, so man,
All right.
I'm
Last award.
I'm a little pissy about things tonight, Pat. I don't know what happened.
I'm glad we caught you on the night. Yeah. There's been nights where you've fallen asleep and left the broadcast. Tonight, not the case.
You're gonna have to edit a lot, probably. God.
Yeah, for those listening, I edited the whole part out where Carmona went on a crazy January 6th rant. I edited it out. Don't worry.
Oh shit! All right.
Just kidding, everybody. I didn't edit that out. Last award. Who won the week? I got 3 nominees.
Okay.
How about the Colts owner, that owner lady on the sideline who takes notes and wears the earpiece? Hey, if it's working, it's working. And she kind of dresses like female Indiana Jones on the sideline, was wearing big black sunglasses today. Mm-hmm. I can't fault her. Whatever she's doing, they're 3-0. I like it. She won the week. Or Daniel Jones won the week. How about block field goals in general won the week?
Oh,
those are my 3 nominees.
I think, Patrick, we got to go with special teams coordinators won the week this week.
We go special teams. We had Washington had 2 punt return for touchdowns. That's good special teams.
Special teams, and I think if you're a fantasy football player, if you had defense special teams as a category, you won the week because there were some big numbers put up by the Minnesota Vikings today, even the Buccaneers, the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was some crazy defense and special teams performances today, which is good to see. Which is also, now that the rules have changed, I love the kick rule. I mean, I love that 80% of kicks now are being returned.
Yeah, they're all returning. That's true. That's true.
30, up from 30% 2 years ago. I mean, when I heard that stat, I'm like, it seems like it's safer. They're not running it. They're not picking up at those high speed. And they're more ready to make contact because the initial contact comes a lot earlier in the play. So I am kind of liking the rule. I was so skeptical. I was like, how's this going to work? But they I think they hit a home run with it.
It's kind of weird because we're getting kickoff returns, which is good. It just looks strange.
It looks
right now like
it looks more rugby type formation than anything else,
Yeah, it looks weird right now. Maybe we'll get used to it. But like my fear is, every once in a while you see a clip of Canadian football and they're doing weird things. You're like, what the hell is this sport? This is stupid.
That you can get a point for a kick. Just you can miss the field goal, but as long as it was kicked out of the field, you get a point. That's
like we watch that as Americans and be like, God, you guys ruined your sport. That's so dumb. So I come like, okay, are we getting borderline ruining our sport? But then I think like, okay, I want the old kickoff, but what are we really losing? 1 million touchbacks? We never returned the kickoff anyway.
No, exactly. These guys had such a strong boot. It just seemed like the strategy was kick it to the back of the end zone.
Yeah, they would just kick it touchback every time. So what are we really losing? A touchbacks? Yeah, so I'm still not there yet, but I think in the spirit of the law, I think we got something here.
Hey, and field goal kickers. There were some kickers that made some big kicks today. There were some kickers that missed some big kicks today. So
yeah, that's true. It's true. It's been quite the week, everybody. Well, it was week 3 in the NFL. Omar Carmona was here. We played the trivia game D-Cable. We talked about flag football. Oh, I had a hard time with my team's performance today, but Omar's 3-0. Monday night. Oh, we can talk Monday night. Detroit at Baltimore. Fun game. I'm going to watch it. I'll take Baltimore in this one.
I'm taking it's at Baltimore.
This is at Baltimore, yeah.
I'm going to take Baltimore, but it's going to be a close game. I hope it's entertaining. I think it'll be entertaining.
Yeah, I hope it's a close game. I need a good one.
I'll go Baltimore 31, Detroit 23.
Wow, okay. I'll go Baltimore 28, Detroit 25. Well, that was week 3, everybody. That was a Sunday Night Talk. Please like and subscribe. New subscribers, welcome. We do it every Sunday night. Omar Carmona, thanks for being here. Thanks, everybody. We'll see everybody next week. Good night.